welcome to my YouTube channel and my first ever YouTube video. I'm so excited that I'm finally getting this started. This is something that I've been talking about doing for probably about 2 years now, and I just said if I don't sit down and start it, then I'm never gonna do it. So yeah, welcome to my first channel. To my first video, and welcome to my channel. I have friends ask me all the time what makeup products I use, what makeup products I recommend. I do some freelancing makeup. I haven't done anything in a while, but I've always been into makeup. It's just something that I love. I love makeup and beauty and skincare and nails and you know, anything fashion, anything like that. So I do have friends that'll ask me or text me periodically like, hey, what foundation should I pick up? What kind of bronzer do you recommend? And so I just thought that I would pull out for this video all my drugstore or drugstore priced makeup products that I really am liking right now. So I have a lot of stuff to show, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm gonna show y'all is this primer. This is the All May Smart Shade CC Primer. I actually just picked this up a couple weeks ago, but I am really liking this primer. I really do feel like it makes my skin smoother and it makes for my foundation to go on a little bit more flawlessly and just, you know, not to have any like patchy spots. It's also CC, so it's hydrating, which is something my skin always needs. I have very dry skin, and it has a brightening property. So I'll just kind of show y'all a little bit. If y'all can see, it's kind of like pinkish, and it just brightens up the skin for when you put your foundation on. It just gives a really pretty, just like a base. And so the next thing that I have here that I'll talk about is the L'Oreal True Match. I should know this. The L'Oreal True Match Illumi Foundation. I've been using this one. Sorry, it's kind of gross because it's loved. But I have been using this one for a couple years now. This is just one of my go-to foundations, especially for if you have dry skin. It also gives a really pretty, like, just natural, luminous type finish. I don't set this foundation with a powder. When I first started wearing this foundation, I wore it for like 2 weeks and I was like, I hate it. I'm not gonna ever wear this again. And then I kept like going back to it for some reason. And then finally, when I tried it without using a setting powder over it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is one of the most beautiful foundations I've ever seen in my life. So I know a lot of people, and just probably how we've all learned to put on makeup is to put on a foundation and then use a setting powder. Sorry, my kids are here with me, so if you hear that in the background, it's just my kiddos. A lot of us were like, do y'all remember back in the day with CoverGirl? Everyone had like the CoverGirl foundation, and then they all used the CoverGirl powder, which I still use CoverGirl powder. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute, but you know, it was just like, that's how I learned to put on makeup, foundation, and then powder it. And now, like as of late, I have not been doing that. I have just been using foundation, and I will let it set. Most foundations will set, and when I say set, I mean they're gonna dry. So this foundation sets really well. Like when I mean it sets, I mean when you touch your face, it's not gonna have a sticky feeling to it. So this foundation sets beautifully, but it still has a luminous glow, so that's why I really love this one. And I'll just do a little pump so y'all can see it over the primer. But it's a little bit darker than my hand right now, but I don't know if y'all can kind of see the luminosity or not from it, but it's really gorgeous. And it's just good for if you have dry skin. Because believe it or not, some liquid foundations will dry you out if you have dry skin, which I have learned the hard way. Okay, the next thing, and the next foundation I'm gonna talk about is a mineral foundation that I feel like nobody talks about on YouTube. And maybe it's because nobody likes it and I'm the only one that does, but I have been wearing this. This was the first mineral foundation that I ever tried. And when I first tried it, this was before I was married. This must have been like 8 years ago when I first tried this stuff. But hey, so if it's still on the market, people must like it. But anyways, first mineral foundation I ever tried, and how I figured out it was a foundation is I put Revlon Cover Stay foundation, which if any of y'all know about that foundation, it's a very full coverage foundation. And I was like, oh, and then I'm gonna get my powder and set it, like I was just talking about, because that's how I used to do my makeup. And I picked up this powder and I was like, oh my gosh. When I put it on, I was like, my face looks so cakey. It looked like I had like 2 inches of makeup on. So I was like, what is going on here? And then I started reading it and I saw that it said that, which it actually doesn't say that on here right now, but at the time, the packaging was different and it said that it was a mineral foundation, which these are still. It is. It's a foundation. So don't try to set your liquid foundation with this. You can just go in with a primer and then buff this into the skin. I don't even use a different brush. I actually really like this little brush that it comes with. But this is good for like if you're a mom, if you have a busy schedule, this is gonna give you really good coverage. I do recommend using a primer underneath so that it stays, because it will wear off more quickly than a liquid foundation, but it gives such a nice, just natural, almost airbrush look to the face, I feel. And the thing with this is you just have to buff it. You just have to keep buffing it in until you get the even coverage. But I love this stuff for when I just want to like, quickly head out the door. I'm a mom, I have 2 kids, so I will reach for this. Oftentimes I'll reach for this whenever I just need to go, have a fast makeup routine, and I love it. It's just take it out, put it on, put some bronzer on, put some mascara on, and you're good to go. So the L'Oreal Mineral Foundation, if you're interested in a mineral foundation, this is really good from the drugstore. Okay, the next drugstore product that I have, this is my Ride or Die concealer. I love this concealer. I can't even tell you how many of these I've gone through because they are so reasonably priced. The thing that I love about this concealer is that it is very lightweight, but has amazing coverage. And it doesn't settle much into fine lines. I won't say that it won't settle into fine lines at all, but it doesn't settle much. And I just love it because right now I'm really into doing my foundation and then getting a really good highlight right here underneath my eye. And so I will bring my concealer down, and I really don't like cakey makeup, so I don't want to have a big thick concealer that I'm trying to put over my already foundation. So this is just the perfect consistency for that. I will put it under my eye pretty heavily. I can even do like 2 layers of this and it still doesn't look cakey, but it gives me the coverage I need because I naturally have dark circles. And it lasts forever. I just love the convenience of it, the little sponge tip applicator that it comes with. I just use that, and then I'll either use the e.l.f. Small stipple brush to blend it in, or I'll just like use my finger or my it's not a beauty blender, but it's a knockoff of the beauty blender sponge. So I'll use one of those to blend this in, and it's amazing. I love it, and it's so reasonably priced, so you should definitely get your hands on this if you're looking for a concealer. Okay, I'm trying to go faster here. A couple more foundations that I've really been liking from the drugstore. This is the Maybelline. They just renamed this. It used to be just the Maybelline Fit Me. I didn't have it when it was in the original packaging, but this is the Dewy and Smooth. This is amazing for if you have dry skin. The only thing that I would say that I don't care for in this foundation is I do not feel like it sets. I feel like if I don't either mix it in with a different foundation that does set well, or put a setting powder over it, it stays pretty sticky, and I don't really like that feeling. But so what I will do with this foundation, and that's why I'm showing you this CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous, is I will mix it in with this one so that it will set. This is actually the combination that I have on my skin today, but I'll just mix it in with this one so it sets nicely, but still gives my face the extra hydration that it needs. If you're like me and you have to put like 2 different moisturizers on to get your skin to being moisturized, you just need that extra moisture from your makeup, this is great. And if you're like me and you don't like to set your foundations with powder, mix it with another foundation that's gonna set really well, which is the Ready Set Gorgeous CoverGirl foundation. This is, I think right now, is the best foundation Honestly, in the drugstore, I think it's gorgeous. I think it's beautiful. I think it gives your skin such a nice airbrushed finish. It's just that some days I just feel like I need a little bit extra moisture, so I will put this in with it. But you do not have to do that. If you moisturize your face well, this really doesn't dry my skin out. It's just sometimes I just want more, I don't know, dewiness. I don't know, I'm just like that. But anyways, you could wear this alone if you're just looking for a good drugstore, and it is honestly probably one of the best price. I think this is like $6 for this foundation, and it is beautiful. It's beautiful. I just can't even say anything more about it. Okay, another product that I really like, and I know I just talked about how I don't like to set my foundations, but sometimes, like if I use this foundation by itself, or if I find a new foundation and I feel like it needs more setting, or I'm gonna be out in the sun and I know that I'm gonna be sweating, I don't use this often, but if I do need a setting powder, I will reach for my e.l.f. high definition powder. And this is their luminous one. So the reason why I like this one is because it's translucent, but it has a little bit of luminosity to it. So when you put it on your face, it's not just gonna look cakey, it's not just gonna look flat. It still gives a little bit of life to your face, and I'm not gonna try not to open this too much because it's very messy. But I will reach for this powder, and it sets everything, gives you a really nice airbrush look, and I really like that. Okay. Next thing is, if you're looking for a highlighter, I have this on today. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I have it just right up here, a little bit on my cheekbone. This is the Wet n Wild Fergie highlighter. I have yet to buy a high-end highlighter. The one I really want to try right now is the Jaclyn Hill Becca highlighter, but it's $38, and I don't know. Like, I really cannot bring myself to spend $38 on something that I only wear on this part of my face or down my nose. I don't know. It's just too much for me. But this drugstore highlighter, it's good enough for me. So I use this whenever I want to have a little bit more dewiness on my cheeks. And it's just kind of like a really pretty, like golden champagne highlight. And there's a little swatch of it. And sometimes I'll use it up here under my eyebrow. It's really pretty. Really, really, really pretty golden color. Okay, these next two products you cannot find in the drugstore. You have to order them online, and the reason why I'm showing these is because my friend had texted me the other day and asked me what some of my recommendations for, like different blushes, bronzers, lipsticks, and so I wanted to bring out ColourPop. Their line of blushes, lippies, and eyeshadows are amazing. These lippies are only $5 a piece, and if you order $30 or more on their website, you get free shipping, which I think is pretty reasonable. So I love this blush. This is oh my gosh, I just think this blush is gorgeous. I actually mix it in with another CoverGirl blush that I have. I'll put this on because it's a cream to powder, and I'll put a CoverGirl one on top of it. That's a powder, and it's just a beautiful finish. But anyways, this is ColourPop Pre-Nump, and it is just a beautiful, like, mauve-y pink. It's very natural looking. It just looks great on the cheeks. The one thing I do recommend when you use a blush like this is to get a stippling brush, and you can just kind of stipple it on, and it won't move your makeup around too much, and it's just gorgeous. This is one of their lippies. I can show you the color, but this is a color I ordered but not a color I wear. It came out way differently than, I don't know what I was expecting, or if I just thought it was gonna look good on me. I guess I'll swatch it so y'all can see. It's just kind of like almost like a grayish taupey color, and I thought it was cool. I just thought it was gonna be a little bit lighter than what it is, and it just doesn't look that great on me, but I didn't bring the other lippies that I have from them. I didn't bring it with me today, but I love their lippies. Aside from this color, I have other colors that I do love from them, and I'll show y'all some of those in a future video, but these last all day. I just recently gave one to my sister, and she loves it. She was like, I just love the way that they last. They don't dry your lips out. They're just a beautiful formula. I think they smell good. I think they smell like vanilla. Anyways, I just love ColourPop. When you get your package in the mail from them, they have like a little handwritten note to you that say something like, you're awesome, or you're wonderful, or you know, like I think I had one that said "You're our precious" or something like that. Maybe they were trying to say "You are precious," but they said "your." I don't know. Anyways, I got the gist of it, and I thought it was adorable. I thought it was so sweet, and I love it when companies have their little extra touch. So check out ColourPop. I'll leave a link down below to their website because I just think it's amazing that they have come out with products that are such good quality, but for such low pricing. So. Okay, trying to move along, speed this up. Okay, 2 drugstore mascaras that I really, really, really recommend. One is a Maybelline Rocket Volume Express. If you're like me and you have small, short, thin lashes, this will bring your lashes to life. I love this. This is probably hands down my favorite. This is hands down my favorite drugstore mascara. I have other ones that I like, but probably nothing that I like as much as this. So check out the Rocket Volume Express. And then also the The Jordana Best Lash Extreme mascara is amazing. Everybody talks about this on YouTube. That's how I found out about it and tried it, and everybody is right. This mascara is awesome, and you cannot beat it for the price. I think it's like $3, maybe $4 at the most. The only thing about this mascara is I find that if I use it repeatedly without, you know, using a different one in between, I have to repurchase this probably at least every month because something starts to happen to it after about a month. But this is an amazing formula. I think people would pay way more than $4 to have a mascara like this. And it's beautiful. It'll make your lashes long. It'll make them look thick. You can build it. It dries really nicely. It's got a natural brush, which you don't see a lot of mascaras coming out now that have these anymore. Everyone uses the plastic, but this has a beautiful, just natural bristle brush to it, and it's just amazing. It really is. And I talked about this one more than I talked about my favorite one. Let me show you just the difference. This is the Rocket Volume. This one has the plastic bristles, which I hated the plastic bristles when they first came out. But, you know, sometimes you just have to work with things, and sometimes people in makeup companies do know what they're doing. And anyways, this is the difference. This is a plastic bristle brush. The only thing that I guess the reason why I didn't like these is because you have to be careful. Like, you can poke your eye out with the plastic bristle, but you know, if you don't go crazy and try to do your mascara in 2 minutes, you can get away with these. And I do find that the plastic bristles get into your eyelashes a little bit better. So anyways, that's the difference between those 2 brushes. Okay, another thing that I have from Jordana that I absolutely love, that's like, I don't know, this is probably like $2 at Walgreens. You can get the Jordana stuff at Walgreens. This is their 12-hour made-to-last liquid eyeliner pencil. I don't know why they call it liquid eyeliner, because it's a pencil. But look at that, like how pigmented is that? Oh my gosh. And it goes really good in your waterline. I put it in the top waterline and bottom waterline, and it lasts really, really well. Probably better than any other eyeliner that I found at the drugstore. And I only buy eyeliners at the drugstore. I am not paying $20 for no eyeliner from, no. Anyways, this is awesome. Great price, love it. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna talk about is my CoverGirl powder. I know that I talked about not setting my foundation, but I do always, always, always set my concealer. Sorry if I'm shining. This is my CoverGirl powder. It is the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance powder. This powder is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I don't know what they do to this powder to make it so awesome. This is what I use to set my under eye makeup. I just love it. I think it's amazing. I think it gives you a little bit of like they said, radiance. And it just has just a little bit, like it's not sparkly, it's not glittery, but it just has a little something to it that just, I don't know. It just works, and it's beautiful. And like, if you can't tell, this is well loved and well used. And yes, I will purchase this over and over again. So yes, I do use this to set my under eye concealer. Okay. Another powder that I really like from the drugstore that I just recently picked up and purchased, it's the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Mineral Airbrushing Pressed Powder. I think that this is a beautiful powder. Like I said, I do not set my foundations every day, but if I ever do just get in the mood that I want a little bit more coverage, this powder will set your foundation without making it look cakey. It really does give you such a nice airbrush look. Sometimes I will even like use a mineral powder and then go back in over it with this powder because I just feel like it adds something to the skin. I don't know, it just makes you look a little bit more flawless. And I have this color in translucent. I think if you're, you know, fair to medium skin tone, you can get away with using the translucent. I also have it in creamy natural, I think is the other color I have it in, and I could have done without that. I think the translucent is fine for me. But anyways, it's beautiful. It's just a pretty powder, and I just love it. Like it gives good coverage. It also has a little bit of like radiance to it, so it's not gonna make your skin flat. And it just has a nice coverage, like even though it's translucent. I don't know if you can tell or see that swatch. I don't know why I would think you could see it, but anyway, it's beautiful. And if y'all are looking for a good powder, I think it's well worth it. Okay, moving along. These are some blushes that I really like from the drugstore. I love CoverGirl blushes. I think CoverGirl has an amazing selection. I think the fact that they make their blushes small like this, that they're very travel friendly, and who the heck needs a huge blush anyways, because how much blush do you go through in a year? I love that they make their blushes small. I have had to repurchase their blushes, but not very often, maybe once every 6 months if I really, really like one. These two have just been my jam lately. I have really been into like natural looking blushes, and I've been doing more just natural looks, and I just love these colors. I don't know, I just love them. So this one is Cinnamon Toast, really, really, really beautiful. And I love this for the summertime because it's got a little bit of a bronzy feel to it. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, so it's gonna give you that nice summery glow. So this is Cinnamon Toast from CoverGirl. These are like $3 or $4. They're just amazing. I've even like taken back high-end blushes because I found a CoverGirl blush that I liked better. So, you know, don't knock the drugstore stuff because, you know, I don't know. I'm like, it's makeup. How much different can it be? I know a lot of high-end stuff can be different and can be made a little bit better, but these, you know, if you have a good foundation on, these will last on your face pretty good, and they're just beautiful. I don't know, CoverGirl gets it right with their blushes. And then this one I love too. I actually have it on today, and it is called Sierra Sands. I have a bronzer on, and then I have this as my blush, and I just love this. I think you could wear this in the summertime because it'll give your skin that natural glow. I think it'll be a great blush for the fall. It goes awesome with fall color. I think you could wear this blush year round and just get away with it. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, couple of lipsticks that are my absolute favorites from the drugstore. They're not really from the drugstore. I hate to say that because I have not been able to find these at Target, or like my H-E-B sells NYX, but they have not had these there. I have to go to Ulta to get these, but the reason why I say drugstore is because they are drugstore pricing. I got these at Ulta. I think I got them like half off, and they were like maybe $3 a piece at half off. So they probably retail for about $6. Anyways, these are just beautiful nudes. Beautiful, beautiful nudes. And these are called their high voltage lipsticks, so they're a little bit more pigmented. I feel like they last better, like way better than just their regular lipsticks. I love the NYX lipstick color range, but their other lipsticks, I don't know what they're called right now, but just their plain lipsticks, I don't feel like they last at all on the lips, so that's kind of why I don't like those. But I've really been impressed with these high voltage lipsticks. So this one was in the color, the one I just swatched was in Tangerine. Oh my God, this is probably one of my favorite all-time nude lipsticks. And also this one too. This is just this one's more of a peachy nude. It's just, oh, it's gorgeous, especially for the summer if you have a little bit of a tan, or if you use self-tanner or anything like that. It's just gonna it's just beautiful. Just, I don't even know what else to say. This one is more of like a beigey nude, and it is called Mirage. And again, this one's beautiful for the summer. I think it looks awesome against a tan. It's got a pretty, like, beautiful, almost like mauve-y pink tone to it. well, maybe just like a pinkish brown. I don't know. It's gorgeous. It works for me. If you're into nude lipsticks, you definitely need to pick up those two colors. Okay. All right. Okay, last thing I have from NYX is their Intense Butter Gloss. You can find these at Target right now. I think I picked this, I'm pretty sure I picked this one up. No, I got this one at Ulta, but I have seen them at Target. This is the Intense Butter Gloss. I am obsessed with this color. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's called Sorbet. I don't know how NYX gets their lipstick colors like so on point, but their formulation and their colors and whoever puts their colors together is just amazing, and I love them, and I want to meet them one day. Okay, look at that. Isn't that amazing? This looks so pretty on, and it's gorgeous for the summer, especially if you have a tan. I hope y'all can see that swatch because it's just beautiful. I am obsessed with this color. I love this color. I would wear it every day if I didn't have other makeup that I need to give love to. I just think it's absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. And I think everyone needs to have this. I think it would look gorgeous on all skin, all different types of skin tones. It's just beautiful. Okay. Last lip product I have. This is also very affordable. It's It's e.l.f. Lip stain. And this one's in Nude Nectar. I picked this up on a whim one day. I picked it up, I know that this is terrible and sad of me, but I picked it up thinking I wasn't even gonna like it, but it was only like $2 or $3, so I was like, I don't know. I just, you know, whenever Revlon used to have their lip stain lipsticks that came with like the lip stain and the lip gloss. I loved those, and I had a color that I absolutely loved, and my 3-year-old daughter got into it. And when I went back to repurchase it, they didn't have them anymore. I don't know why they don't sell those because I thought they were absolutely amazing. So I saw these and I just wanted to try it again. So I was like, I just wanted a lip stain, and I thought, well, I can pair glosses over it. And oh my gosh, this is what I have on my lips today. I love this for so many reasons. Number one, I think it's a beautiful color. Number two, it's only like $2 or $3. Number three, I have a really hard time just with my skin tone and complexion. I don't know, maybe it's just the way my face is shaped. I have a hard time wearing color on my lips. I always feel like nude lips look the best on me, and I feel weird whenever I wear different colors. So I'm just very picky about my color, and I think this is a gorgeous color. I think this also would look beautiful on other skin tones. I think lip stains like this are amazing because you can use them as a lip liner and put a lip gloss in. I feel like they're easier to use than lip liners if you're trying to like overdraw your lips to get them to look a little bit bigger. I think they look less messy. They last such a long time. So I'll just throw this on and put a lip gloss over it, and I think it's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And they also have one in like a berry color and a pink color. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to check those out too, but I really love this color right here. Okay. Lastly, I just really wanna show y'all some brushes that I love from the drugstore that are really good prices, that have really good prices, because I feel like you can achieve a great makeup look if you have good brushes, and I really feel like you can find good brushes at the drugstore now. A lot of lines are starting to sell in drugstores, and they have really good prices. My 3 favorite lines from the drugstore, or that are drugstore pricing, is gonna be Real Techniques. You can find those at Walmart. Their eye brushes are amazing. Their face brushes are amazing. Every brush from Real Techniques is amazing. I also like some of the e.l.f. brushes. Like I have like 3 of these e.l.f. Stippling brushes because they're like $3 a piece. And they're just stippling brushes. You can use these to blend in your concealer, and it's like these brushes they pick up product, but when you're rubbing the product into your face, it gets it on your face. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like it won't pick the product up from your face to where you have less of it. Does that make sense? I don't know if that's making sense, but they just blend things out really well without picking up too much product off your face. I also use these for my blushes. I just love these. I have like 3 of these that I use for various different things. This brush I got from Kohl's, and I actually looked up what the name, because I couldn't remember what the name was, but this brush was like $4. at Kohl's, and it's called and mine's all dirty because I use it. I mean, I don't know. I watch these YouTubers that like wash all their makeup brushes before they do their videos. I'm like, how do you have time for that? I do regularly wash my makeup sponges, but I just didn't have time to do it today. So sorry, mine looks all dirty, but I mean, I wear makeup and I use it. So, okay. So this is the Earth Therapeutics. I don't know how to say that next word. Beauty blending sponge. So you can find these at Kohl's. And I have yet to buy the real beauty blender. I don't know, I just can't bring myself to spend $20 on a sponge. But these retail for $4.50, and if you get the double pack, you can get them for $7.50. And I just like these because you can put your foundation on the back of your hand. You can even put it directly on this. You just get it a little damp, and you just stipple your makeup on. It's like how artists use like different stippling sponges for their art. You use it for your face and it just blends everything out and makes everything look just flawless, I think. Okay. The next makeup line that I really love is Sonia Kashuk, and you can get her stuff at Target. Now her stuff can get up there. I feel like it can get a little bit pricey, but these brushes that I have here I think are amazing, and I think that they're affordable. I'll try to link these down below because I don't know the exact pricing on all of these, but this is their 130 brush. I think it's just like a powder brush is what they call it. And this is the best powder brush I have ever used in my entire life. And Sonia Kashuk has like two different lines. One of her lines is more expensive, which would be a brush that looks more like this. And then one of them is like less expensive. And I have two of those brushes here. This white line right here is the less expensive of hers, and this is a more expensive. This is a great eyeshadow brush that you can use in the crease. I absolutely love this for blending eyeshadows into the crease. I have not found a better creasing eyeshadow brush, and I don't know that I will ever try to because this just works so well for me. And I want to say that this was like $6, and I want to say that this one was like maybe $10. And I want to say this one, more expensive one was like $14, but I'm not sure, so I'll link these below. This is a Real Technique. I know that I was talking about Real Techniques, and I don't think I showed this when I was talking about them, but this is what I use. I don't really remember what this one was called, but I got it in a pack of like 3 brushes that you can get at Walmart. But I just use this to blend out my concealer underneath my eyes, or when I use my powder to set my concealer, I use this every day. This is holy grail status. I would cry if I didn't have this brush. Amazing, you need to get one. Okay, this is from EcoTools. EcoTools also has good brushes. I don't really recommend their eye makeup brushes, but this brush is amazing. This is their tapered, I think it's called the tapered powder brush, if I'm not mistaken. And this is just awesome. I use this from everything from powder to blush to contouring to bronzing, everything. I can pretty much use this for everything on my face, and I do. I absolutely love this brush. Again, I picked this up at Walmart. That's where you can get that. Last thing I want to show you, and then we'll be done, is my Sonia Kashuk. I'm sorry, this is dirty too because I use this every day. This is like holy grail status. I will die if I never have these brushes. I use these brushes every day. I use all of these brushes, and you can get an amazing eye look with these, and I don't think you have to go anywhere else. And I love these brushes because they're the travel size. They're the Sonia Kashuk like travel eyeshadow set or something. You can get it at Target. And it comes in this cute little pack, and like I always freak out. Like if I look at my pack and I don't know where one of these is, I'm like, oh my God, where is it? And I have to like look through my makeup bags because I just don't want to lose these brushes. Like they're very reasonably priced. I think I don't know, it was like $14 or $16 for this set, which I think is reasonable for how many brushes you get in here. But I just don't want to lose these because they're so good, and I don't want to have to spend more money on eye brushes if I don't have to, so I freak out if I can't find one. This is like a flat, I don't know what they call it, flat shader brush. This is amazing. I will use it on my eyelid all the way up to my brow bone. This will pack on the color like you would not believe. It's absolutely amazing. Awesome. Okay. This brush, I don't know why I didn't think to use this brush before. It's their smudge brush. It's just a little smudge brush. And I guess in my mind, like I always thought, well, it's a smudge brush, so you just use that to smudge out your eyeliner, or you use it to smudge like the eyeshadow, which I don't really do that very much with like a darker eyeshadow under my eye. It just doesn't, to me, doesn't look good on me. I mean, I'll do it every once in a while, but not very often. So I was like, I'll never use that brush. And then the other day, it just like clicked in my head for this eye look that I was doing, and it just popped in my head like, I need to use that brush. That's how I can get that other color in there. I don't know if any of y'all's brains work like that, but it did. The light bulb went off for me with this brush, and I will never not use this brush ever again. It's amazing. I love to use this for like if you're wanting to get a little bit of color right here in your corner, anywhere like right here, maybe in the inner corner. And if you do like that look where you get that darker color eyeshadow underneath, this little brush will get in there and just do amazing things for your look that you could never achieve without it. So that's amazing. This is just an eyebrow brush. That's awesome if you do your eyebrows. And then this is the crease brush. This is awesome. This will get your color in there just so precisely. It's just an awesome crease brush. I just don't know how to express that enough, like how important a crease brush is, and it needs to be good and on point. This one is, I just go in there, I'm able to get the color that I want and the color payoff that I want. And then of course they give you a blending brush, which I think is amazing. This is comparable to this other crease or blending. I think this is actually called a blending brush, but I use it in my crease. And these are amazing for just blending out the color, because you don't want to have harsh lines once you get in there with this precision, this more precise type of brush. You want to get in there and blend things together a little more, and this is just amazing for that. So everything that you need for a good eye look is in this pack. If you're looking for eye brushes, look no further. Sonia Kashuk knocked it out of the park with this, I think. So I don't know, until I venture out, and I'm sure I will buy other brushes in the future when it's in my budget to do so, but it's just amazing, and I think that you can find really great stuff at the drugstore. Anyways, thanks guys for watching my video. I really appreciate y'all's love and support, and hopefully I'll have another video up for you soon. Bye.